here in Davos, in the World Economic Forum, where geopolitics is really taking center stage. What do you think are the geopolitical themes that will affect how we do business in 2026, globally and especially in the MENA region?
So I have to say, Nadine, first of all, thank you for having this conversation. It continues from the previous conversations that we have. I have to say that geopolitics, AI, happens in every conversation here. You talk about them. But I think the other piece that is coming through is that there is growth. The world is still growing. So there are many black swan events that are happening around us, but the world continues to grow. Now, a couple of things to just unpack that. One big theme that is emerging today is this concept of physical AI. So this is not just AI from what we use in our consumer format, which is maybe a chat GPT or something like that. It is really how AI shows up in our manufacturing systems, in our production lines, in our supply chains, and how the people who do that work there can touch and feel AI and see AI something that's real for them and not something that's talked about in headlines. And I think what's happened from 25 to 26 is that we have real examples of how this has already taken shape. The energy industry is leading that work in physical AI, and therefore the MENA region can be really a path-breaking innovation hub as we see physical AI taking shape.
Can you give us an example?
So I think last year, same time, I was talking about the potential for autonomous in the energy value chain. Just in the last 2 months, the first few of our autonomous control rooms in the energy supply chain, actually in refineries, went live. They did their pilots, and we are likely to have them running at production scale in the next 2 or 3 months. Basically, what it means is you can predict events in a refinery and in energy value chain and take corrective action even before that event happens.
So this gives us a flavor of the changing role of Honeywell. Honeywell traditionally had been linked with the energy sector in the Gulf region, but now with Gulf countries diversifying their economies, there's an evolving role that Honeywell is playing. Can you tell us more about that?
So Honeywell is evolving itself. Just a quick update there as we continue our process that we've announced of the strategic transformation. Our aerospace business is on path to be a separate company. The Honeywell company that remains will become a pure play automation focused company. And what that does is we have 3 areas that we make an impact in. It is buildings, it is process, and it's industrial. So we were known primarily for process technology, but I think the building automation, process automation, and industrial automation are the 3 areas where in the Gulf region also we have significant presence and doing a lot of work. Buildings is a great example. All the giga projects that you hear about in Vision 2030 and beyond in Saudi are great examples of what we're doing in terms of giga projects. So there's a long list, of course, and we work through them.
So I'm going to ask you about the opportunities that you see in the diversification plans of countries like Saudi Arabia, for example. Especially, you mentioned now the giga projects, but there's also the industrial and logistical sectors, advanced manufacturing and others. What are the opportunities that you see there for Honeywell?
Yeah, let me take that opportunity of physical AI. Physical AI is different in the sense that each part of the world will evolve differently on physical AI. Why do I say that? Because physical AI depends on what kind of industry verticals you are good at in a particular country. It depends on what kind of investments you're creating, in which part of the value chain you're creating investments, and most importantly, what people and skills are you starting with? What are your work practices? And that is what physical AI codifies and then enhances the capability for those workers going forward. I think in the MENA region, the unique opportunity, and especially in Saudi, is a lot of new greenfield investment is being set up in advanced manufacturing and in supply chain and logistics. So you don't have to go modify something in the brownfield. You can actually go create new infrastructure that is world-class ready infrastructure with physical AI at the get-go. So I believe that Saudi has a way to shape the world on physical AI.
How are you supporting national strategies, especially of Saudi Arabia, when it comes to specifically FDI, knowledge transfer, and digitalization?
So maybe I'll take 3 examples on each of those. On FDI, we are about to open our new facility in Spark, which will have a lot of local production, not just for Saudi consumption, but it's an export-based facility, and therefore it's FDI coming in, also enabling export of products, which is Make in Saudi. On innovation, we are in deep partnerships with Aramco and with cows. So we are actually working on the single stage crude to chemical process, and that announcement we made in February of last year. We are continuing to do that work both at the university level, at the company level. So that will be new innovation of technology. And finally, when it comes to skill enhancement, we are a very big part of the Saudiization and also bringing a lot of new talent from Saudi into not just Honeywell, but we also have a program where we take this talent globally, get them trained and bring them back into Saudi.
Let us finish with the question on your strategic priorities for the next couple of years in the MENA region. What are they?
I think very simply support the growth because there is so much focus on growth in Saudi and in the MENA region. We are deeply present. We are not new to the region. In every part of the Gulf countries, we have a local presence, but we are prioritizing. Saudi is very, very critical for us. We made it a separate region, and that gives us the strategic priority. We are connected for the new investments that will come in. The World Cup is a great example. We are continuing to support that process. The Giga projects will continue. The process technology work will continue, and we'll think about new innovation now coming in partnership with partners in Saudi.